Okay, so continuing on with Fontaine Futuristics, I had to take a few days off recording the commentary due to allergies. No, it was a little too irritating to keep talking for minutes on end, and I'm sure it wouldn't have sounded all that great. We just finished the plasmid demonstration stage fight, and we're about to destroy our fourth and final signal relay of crazy gills, which will allow us to get into that power to the people room and move on to the next stage of this level. So just loot up these bodies. Now, I'm not so sure I'd want to be eating those cream-filled cakes. They're most likely past their freshness date. Although they say Twinkies, last forever. Though I'm pretty sure I've seen video footage of like 10-year-old Twinkies shattering like ice. So, the Big Daddy obviously has a stronger digestive tract than the normal human. Perhaps that's a gene tonic. Alright, so drill fuel in here if you need some. There's also a couple health packs. Eve. So power to the people, this one almost doesn't even matter because we're going to be so heavy on the drill. I mean, we already are so heavy on the drill, so I don't even know if I'm going to take out another gun for the remainder of the game. So just pick something. I'm not even sure what I picked. Something with the crossbow, whatever that thing is. So I don't like the carpet here, I'm just redecorating it. I think it looks a lot nicer. It's kind of like a rustic area rug now, don't you agree? But remember, what I was doing there was just draining my Eve. So watch the refill Eve on command video, top of the playlist, for an easier way to do that. Once you come out, you're gonna be ambushed by a bunch of splicers. The Alpha series just use the grease lightning strategy, take them down quick. And then these, I just like to keep moving, keep it fun and fast. Shock and dash. Or shock and clock, depending on my proximity to the splicer. Now if you don't want to, if you're in a hurry for some reason, you don't have to fight these guys. Just grease lightning the Alpha series and continue on through the door. Now that's what I do when I'm doing recording something a second take. For example, when I recorded the neutral ending, I had to start back at this level so that I could harvest some of the little sisters. So that's what I did. I just ignored all these splicers and ran out the door, and that works just fine. But for a serious playthrough, if you want to rush through the game, then why are you even playing? They say the joy is in the journey, and I fully agree with that. Now if you're down in health and Eve, remember this room has it in abundance unless you've already cleared it out. Should at least have one or two things left in here. The rocket spear is actually a pretty cool weapon. It's kind of funny that some of the things you can do, when you put a couple rocket spears into a splicer and it just carries them off into the air. It is quite comical. I don't use it in this strategy in this walkthrough, but it's definitely something to have some fun with. I did test it out against the big sister, in the hopes that it might be effective. I didn't find it to be all that effective. And of course it can't carry the bigger enemies like that off into the air, so it's not as funny. Now, if you're low on drill fuel, don't buy any because there's a ton on your way. There's like 3 canisters and each one gives you 75. There's also a health and Eve hypo there, so keep that in mind before spending your money. Not that it would matter because we're so filthy rich. I'm not sure where that saying comes from, filthy rich. We're cleanly rich. I mean, I don't know about you, but I don't walk around filthy, and I don't think the Big Daddy does either. Or should call him Delta. So in the underwater sequence, you're going to find that big hole in the ground. You drop down and look to your left. There'll be a stairway. Follow the never-ending stair. It's just a name. It does end. I know I had you worried for a second, but it does end. It's not that long. Up here is going to be kind of an overlook. Sniper's Roost, if you want to call it that, and the 5th and final atom slug for another 10 atom that we don't need. So jump down. You want to go back down the hole. And then continue on as the arrow at the top of your screen directs. Now that oxyfill station is just a ruse. And we'll find out more about that, and we're going to continue on in the next video.
As I recall from my time doing business with the owners, that oxyfill station out there is just a front for a kind of hidden passage leading down below. If Lamb's hiding Eleanor from you, that's where she'll be.